Hey, did you hear that? David's wife got pregnant for the second time.
Oh, wow. Really? I'm very happy for them. Please say hi to them.
Oh, I will. So is that all your reaction?
Oh, why are you asking me that? I don't understand.
Oh, please don't be childish and don't pretend that you don't understand. How many times have I asked you, when will you be able to give me a grandbaby?
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I got what you mean.
So when?
Even if you ask me when, it won't make any sense to me. Kids are given as God's blessings. I can't really tell you an exact time.
Are you doing your job there? It's already been 2 years since you got married. Isn't it strange you still don't have kids?
Actually, it's not. We didn't plan to have kids that early. We just wanted to have some fun before we have kids. There is absolutely no rush.
What are you talking about? David's wife got pregnant immediately after they got married, and she's only 24. And you are already 26.
Well, that's right.
Isn't it obvious that you already need to have kids? You definitely need to hurry. I want to babysit my grandchildren. Don't you understand?
Well, I do.
Oh, if only your father-in-law was still alive, he would definitely say it to you more strictly. You do think about it. I don't know how much time I have to stay active and help you out.
Oh, don't talk like that. You are very healthy.
Well, I am right now. But I don't know how much longer I'll be like that. You will definitely need me, 'cause your parents are not reliable.
What do you mean they are not reliable?
Oh, don't be a fool. You know they live too far. They won't be able to cover all the travel expense to come that often and be around.
They'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
There's no need. You know, as soon as my grandchildren are born, I will start living with you.
Sorry? What do you mean?
That is gonna be your first child, right? It won't be easy to take care of a baby by yourself. It will be my first grandchild too, so I definitely need to be near you if you need me.
I definitely don't want to live together.
Even when a baby is born? Why are you saying that?
Why? That's obvious. Nick and me have our own schedule and it doesn't match yours. Moreover, you have a house my father-in-law left for you, so you have a place to live in.
Come on, that house is already too old. It definitely needs some construction even to be sold out.
But Nick doesn't want to live together either. He told you so many times.
For sure it will change when a baby is born. He will ask me to live with you and help you with the baby. Don't you worry.
Well, I don't think so.
It seems like he's a little far from me now, but when a baby is born, I'm sure he'll change his behavior and ask me for help.
Well, maybe you are right, but it's still early to talk about that because we are not planning to have a baby in the nearest future.
As they say, it's to have a shelter for every storm and be prepared in advance. You won't lose anything if we have this discussion now, so you can understand.
Well, yeah. Okay.
And please talk to my son. You think you are young now, but even if you give birth this year, you'll be 27 already. And if you decide to have a second child, it's gonna be too late.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, I wanna hold my grandchildren in my arms so badly. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, you know, I'm gonna travel soon.
Oh, really? Where are you planning to go?
Florida, it's actually close to your parents' house.
Oh, really? Such a coincidence.
Oh, yes, it is. I was thinking about maybe I can visit your parents and get them something as a souvenir.
That's okay. You don't have to. Also, you didn't plan this trip in advance, so it's totally fine. Also, my parents seem to be quite busy recently.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Yes, of course. I'm positive.
Okay, now I feel relieved. Otherwise, I don't know what I would tell them why I didn't come to visit.
That's fine. Also, you are traveling with your friend. I don't want any inconvenience for you.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to go anyway.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I mean for people who live in a small town like your parents do, an expensive souvenir will be too much. They won't understand it, and it won't even make a difference for them.
Don't you find your words are hurtful?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, you did.
Well, I mean, we are very different. You know, we live in a city, and your parents are poor people from a small town.
Are you trying to make fools of my parents?
No. I'm not trying to make fools of them. I'm just telling the truth. I always thought like that.
Oh, you did.
Yes, I mean, you got married. What could I do? But you are definitely not a good match. I thought my son would marry somebody better than you.
Why are you saying that?
Oh, you know the reason. You ruined my dreams.
Which dreams are you talking about?
I wanted to have my grandchildren. I want to take care of them and cherish them. But you ruined everything.
No, I didn't.
You are such a miserable thing. You were born in a small town. Girls from places like that are not able to give a birth, obviously.
You hurt my feelings. Can you please stop it?
Did I? Oh, don't be so sensitive. It's not my fault. I'm just telling the truth. Please stop it. Don't ruin my mood before my trip. Hey, what were you wearing today?
What do you mean?
That was terrible. Don't play a fool. You knew my friend was coming tonight. Why didn't you get dressed properly?
But I did.
Oh, you argue with me all the time. No, you didn't. People will look at you and they will think that my son is the same level as you are.
But I don't have fancy clothes. My dress was okay. It was clean and nice.
You looked miserable in that dress. You should change your wardrobe.
But you told me that I was from a poor family, right?
Yes, you are.
So maybe you'll let me know how I should be dressed? Or maybe you could buy me some new dresses?
No, I won't. You should handle it by yourself. You shouldn't be dressed like that when you are around my son.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. Just change your clothes. And if you don't want to do that, get a divorce. I don't want my son to be with such a bad-looking woman. You are not a good match to my son anyway. You are from a poor family. You are not pretty at all. You don't even know how to be dressed properly.
So, will you be satisfied if we get divorced with Nick? Hello, Mother. I'm just texting you to let you know that we successfully got a divorce.
Oh, really? Very nice. Now I can be relieved and start looking for another girl for my son.
But that's not possible.
Why isn't that possible? What are you talking about?
Because Nick already got married.
You said he got divorced.
Yes, but then he got married again. Me.
What?
Yes, he got divorced with poor me. But he got married with me, who is a nice rich family who owns a big corporation in Florida.
How come? You must be lying.
No, I'm not.
But you were lying all the time.
We didn't have a chance to tell you. Also, we didn't want you to ask us to pay you money. You remember what you told Nick about giving you money back when we got married? You told him to give you money back for all the time when you were bringing him up. Also, we knew that Nick's brothers and his wife, by the way, she gave birth to a baby.
How do you know that?
Well, we invited them to my parents' shore house and spent a nice weekend with them.
Your parents' shore house? I didn't know you own it.
Oh yes, So you won't know about their life anymore, as well as about ours, because we're gonna cut all our relationships with you as well.
You can't do that.
Yes, we can.
What if I need help?
We asked your mother-in-law, my grandma, I guess, to help you out.
You couldn't ask that in a woman. She's nuts.
That's okay. You'll figure it out. It will be easier for you to live together, cook for yourself. You'll be okay.
How dare you?
My mother-in-law moved in with her mother-in-law. Seems like she became more quiet now and stopped asking everybody for money. Also, we stopped any relationships with her and blocked her contact. My parents treat my husband as his own son, and I am very happy with that. Now, when I don't feel stressed from my mother-in-law, I got pregnant, and soon there will be 3 of us.
Just letting you know, I'm getting married today.
What? Someone actually wants to marry you?
It's not exactly sudden news. I mentioned it months ago.
As if anyone would believe that.
What's that supposed to mean? I told you I've been dating someone. I even told you we were engaged.
You barely even go out. How would you meet anyone?
I've told you several times about him. You just never listened.
I thought it was all lies. Just some desperate fantasy from a plain Jane who can't get a date.
You really thought I'd make something like this up?
Of course I did. You've never even had a boyfriend before.
Seriously? That's what you thought?
That's why I didn't go to any of the engagement meetings or family introductions. But wow, I can't believe it was actually true. I'm shocked someone would actually marry you. Congratulations, I guess.
You could have just asked me directly instead of assuming everything.
Why would I waste my time? You never do anything interesting.
I have mixed feelings about this, but at least you finally believe me. Would you like to meet him?
No thanks, I'll pass. Your husband must be some boring nobody, just like you. What a waste of time.
Excuse me?
What? Did I hurt your feelings? You know it's true.
You always do this, every single time.
Don't get mad just because I'm telling the truth. You've always been plain and antisocial. You barely wear makeup. You're not cute at all. Any guy who'd marry someone like you must be even more boring.
I'm used to you looking down on me, but I won't let you insult him. That's so rude.
Oh, defending your mystery man? That's new.
He's not a mystery. You just never bothered to know anything about him.
Wow, my usually quiet sister is actually angry. I guess even an ugly guy looks handsome through love-struck eyes, huh?
You don't even know what he looks like.
I don't need to. I can imagine.
He's a wonderful person. He's kind and someone I really respect.
Kind to you, maybe. Probably because he couldn't do any better.
You don't know anything about him.
Of course he's nice to you. You're probably the only woman who'd give him the time of day. Ugly guys have it even harder than plain girls when it comes to marriage.
I told you to stop insulting him. He's a doctor who saves lives every day. He's kind to everyone, and he's truly amazing.
Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean a doctor? Your husband is a doctor?
Yes, that's right.
You're joking. This has to be a joke. What? How did someone like you manage to marry a doctor? Doctors are supposed to be smart and make good money. Someone like that actually agreed to marry you?
He said he feels comfortable being with me. Since he's always busy with work, I just want to make his time at home as relaxing as possible.
There has to be something wrong with him. No way, that can't be true. A doctor could have any woman he wants. Why would someone like that choose my plain antisocial sister?
Well, he chose me. I've told you about the marriage now. Just don't insult him anymore.
This doesn't make any sense.
I don't need your approval. I just thought you should know.
I need to think about this.
Hey, I submitted the marriage registration.
Really? That fast?
Of course, I wouldn't want to keep my bride waiting.
Thank you, Kevin. I look forward to being your wife.
And I look forward to being your husband.
It feels a bit surreal. We're actually married now.
The happiest day of my life.
Should we celebrate our marriage registration today? I can cook dinner and wait for you at my place when you're done with work.
That sounds wonderful. But I'd love to, but I'm sorry. We just got an emergency patient. I hate to do this on our wedding day, but I probably won't make it home tonight.
Oh, I see.
I feel terrible about this.
Is it serious?
I'm really sorry.
No, it can't be helped. We can celebrate another time.
You're always so understanding. Next time we celebrate, I'll cook for you.
You don't have to make it up to me.
But I want to. You deserve it.
Looking forward to it. So, you'll be working until morning, right? Should we cancel tomorrow's apartment hunting too? You'll probably be tired.
You really think of everything. That would help, but are you sure? We need to find our new place soon now that we're married.
We shouldn't look at apartments if you're exhausted. There's no need to rush. As your wife, we'll have plenty of time together. Let's go when you have a day off.
I don't deserve you, Sarah. Thank you for being so understanding about my work.
It's part of who you are. I love how dedicated you are to your job.
Actually, I found a few promising properties. Want to check them out on my next day off?
Really? You found time to look? That makes me so happy.
Anything for you. Just want to start living together with you soon. Well, I should get back to work now.
Take care of your patient. Okay, do your best, but don't push yourself too hard.
I'll message you when I can.
I'll be here.
Hey, Sarah, long time no see. How's married life with your doctor husband?
Why the sudden interest?
Can't I ask about my sister's marriage?
That's new for you.
Come on, tell me how it's going.
It's fine. Nothing unusual. Everything's going smoothly.
Really? Everything's smooth? Ha! Stop lying! You're newlyweds, but you're not even living together yet. Must be sad being in a long-distance marriage.
We're working on that.
Are you really?
What can I do? He's busy with work. But how do you even know we're still living separately?
Oh, I have my ways.
What does that mean?
I can't tell you yet, but you'll find out why soon enough.
Why are you being so cryptic?
Just looking out for my big sister.
Since when?
You'll see.
That's frustrating. If I'm going to find out soon anyway, why not just tell me now?
Where's the fun in that? Well, good luck with your sad, separate lives, Sarah.
Why do you sound so happy about this?
No reason.
You're acting strange.
Just wait and see.
Kevin, are you there? I know you're probably busy with work, but I really need to talk to you. Hey, can you come over to my place after work today? I want to talk about our new place. We still haven't gone to see any apartments since then, and we barely meet anymore. Even your message responses are slow lately. I'm starting to feel a bit lonely. I've been checking those properties you mentioned, but I can't seem to find them. Sorry, forget I said that. I know how busy doctors are. I just miss you. It's been 3 weeks since I last saw you. Even a quick coffee would be nice. Sorry for sending such a needy message. I know you're working hard. Thanks for working so hard every day. I'll wait for your reply. Just let me know you're okay when you can. Even just a quick message. Kevin? Are you getting my messages? Please, just let me know you're all right.
You're still living separately from him, aren't you? Actually, you haven't made any progress on finding a place, and you can't even meet him, right?
Why do you sound so pleased about that?
Just checking on my dear sister.
How do you know all this? And yes, we can't meet. He won't even answer my calls lately.
Poor big sister, being ignored by her husband.
This isn't like him.
Yikes! Maybe he's gotten tired of you?
What do you know?
More than you think.
I can't think of anything I did wrong. I'm actually worried he might be in some kind of trouble since I can't reach him at all. If you know something about him, please tell me.
Oh, he's not in any trouble. Well, I suppose it's time to tell you. After all, I'm Kevin's wife now.
What?
You read that right. Ta-da! Actually, I married Kevin. Your doctor husband is mine now.
What? Hey, don't make weird jokes.
Not joking at all, Sarah. This is why he's been ignoring you. He's been with me.
Stop this right now.
Why should I? It's true. This is what happens when someone like you gets too lucky. Kevin signed divorce papers with you and then registered our marriage at the same time.
What?
Shocked. You should be. The doctor making $200,000 a year is mine now. I'm the winner here.
$200,000?
Oh, you didn't even know that? Wow, don't tell me you didn't even know his salary. And you were his wife. Well, ex-wife now.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? Why is he married to you? And I've never heard anything about that salary.
Because you never asked. You were too boring to even care about money. When I found out your boring husband was a doctor, smart and rich too, I just had to steal him. It made me so angry to think of you being happy with such a great husband.
What?
I couldn't stand it! Though, since he was willing to marry you, I wasn't expecting much in the looks department. But Mom told me he was incredibly handsome, so she gave me his contact info and I went for it.
Went for it? What were you thinking, going after your sister's husband?
I was only thinking about my own happiness. I don't feel guilty at all about stealing him from you.
You've always been good at making me angry, ever since we were kids. You've looked down on me and treated me like dirt, thinking you could do anything to me.
You made it so easy. It's your fault for being the kind of big sister that even your little sister looks down on. It made me so mad to see you marry above your station. You deserve to look miserable.
You really don't feel bad about this at all, do you?
Why should I? If you want an apology, I'll give you one. Sorry for stealing your elite husband making $200,000 a year. But he's my husband now.
Oh, he's on TV right now.
Already? My handsome doctor husband. My husband is so famous. If he's on TV, he must be some kind of medical expert. Kevin is so handsome, too. What if this leads to a showbiz career? He could probably write a best-selling medical book.
You might want to look closer at the TV. I think the only book he could write would be a confession. Maybe titled Confessions of a Con Artist Who Stole $1 Million.
What?
Watch carefully. He's not there as an expert. He's the one being reported on. The news headline says, "Marriage Scammer Arrested."
Marriage scammer?
Now who's the winner? It looks like he was caught in a sting operation when he tried to get money from another woman he'd scammed. The police were waiting for him. They're saying the total amount he's stolen is around $1 million.
No, there must be some mistake. Wait, what are you talking about? Kevin can't be arrested for marriage fraud. He's a doctor making $200,000 a year. Maybe it's just someone who looks like him with the same name.
Look at the TV. That's him, isn't it? With the same face and name, it has to be him. I just found out he's a marriage scammer too. If you don't believe me, look up the news online.
This can't be happening. What? What is this? It's already all over the news sites. That's definitely Kevin.
Funny how fast news travels. I guess he used his real name for the scams. I've heard that mixing in some truth makes it easier to deceive people.
But he showed me his doctor's ID.
Probably fake.
How can you be so calm? Your husband turned out to be a marriage scammer.
Ex-husband, remember? That's what you said. He's not my husband anymore, so it doesn't really matter to me. I can stay calm.
Oh!
But you're the one who married him, having your husband arrested for marriage fraud on the same day? So, how does it feel?
This isn't happening. My mind is completely blank. I don't know what to think. I didn't know about any of this. I only married him because I thought he was a doctor making $200,000.
Well, about that salary, if he's a scammer, that means both the doctor part and the $200,000 salary were lies. By the way, that's my salary. I'd appreciate it if people wouldn't go around claiming my income as their own.
Wait, you make $200,000 a year?
Surprised? Yes, I do. Though you probably don't care since you've been busy mocking me, but I'm actually a director at a major corporation.
What? You're such a high-powered executive?
After being told countless times by you that I'd never get married, I worked really hard to get into a top university and then into a big company. I wanted to make sure I could support myself, so I threw myself into work every day.
But you're so plain. I knew you worked for a big company, but I thought you were too plain and antisocial to ever get promoted.
Looks don't matter at work. It's all about results. And while I might be antisocial in my private life, I'm actually quite different at work. It's like a switch flips, and I can be pretty outgoing with my colleagues when it comes to business.
Is that so?
That's actually how I met Kevin. A business contact told me that a friend of a friend wanted to meet me. Looking back now, he probably approached me after finding out how much I make.
So you're a victim too?
But he never took any money from me or stole anything. He seemed to be genuinely dating me. I guess he was still in the feeding the fish phase. He probably planned to take all my assets after marriage. Fortunately, I didn't lose anything. What about you? Did he take anything?
Not yet. I mean, I only succeeded in stealing him a few weeks ago.
And then got married today, right?
Yes? He said he would submit the marriage registration for me today because he happened to have the day off. What should I do? If he hasn't submitted it to the city hall yet, maybe I'm safe? Maybe I'm not actually married to a scammer?
You should hurry and check at City Hall.
I'll go right now! Sarah, what should I do? I checked at City Hall and the marriage registration was already submitted. It's been processed.
So, you're officially married now.
This can't be happening.
Karma works in mysterious ways.
The clerk showed me the timestamp. He submitted it this morning.
Right before getting arrested, I assume.
Apparently, after submitting our marriage registration, he went to meet another woman he was scamming. That's when he got caught trying to take money from her. The police just called me asking, "Are you Kevin's wife?" They want to talk to me as a person of interest.
Of course they do.
What do I tell them?
You should go to the police station right away. You need to explain that although you're his wife, you weren't involved.
But how do I explain everything? Will they believe that explanation? That I just stole him from my sister and didn't know anything? Will that be enough to keep me from getting involved?
You'll have to tell them the whole truth.
Even about stealing him from you?
Especially that part. You'll probably be questioned quite a bit at the police station. But since you really weren't involved in the scam, just be straightforward. Given this situation, I wonder if the police will contact me too. Do they consider ex-wives as persons of interest?
About that. You're probably fine, because it looks like you were never actually married to Kevin.
What?
I saw his records. When I checked his family registry at City Hall, there was no record of him being married to you. They said divorce records would show up there too.
So he only pretended to submit our marriage registration? I guess he was planning to pretend to be married to me and then take my money. But I didn't lose anything, and I don't have a divorce on my record. Huh, talk about lucky.
Lucky? Lucky? Well, it's the worst for me. I was so happy about stealing him, and then he gets arrested the same day. And since there's no divorce record, I can't even prove I stole him from you. What if they think I was his accomplice?
That's what you're worried about?
What else would I be worried about?
Maybe the fact that you're legally married to a criminal?
I need to get to the police station.
All you can do is tell them the truth about being uninvolved.
Will you come with me?
No.
Please?
It'll be tough, but good luck.
Some sister you are.
Says the sister who stole my husband.
Somehow, I managed to explain that I wasn't involved.
That's good. I was a bit worried, so I'm glad you're okay.
Don't pretend to care now.
You're still my sister.
There's nothing good about this. My husband is still a criminal. What am I supposed to do now?
Have you looked into divorce options?
Can you even divorce someone who's in jail?
I wonder if you can get divorced quickly in cases like this.
I already checked everything. I looked it up and apparently not. They say you can't get divorced just because of an arrest. It's like a regular divorce. Both parties need to agree.
So you'll have to visit him in prison with divorce papers?
I just went to see him, and he said he doesn't want a divorce.
What?
He's enjoying this. He says he's almost certainly going to prison, and he told me you can take care of me when I get out. Looks like he planned this all along. He only married me as insurance for when he got arrested.
And you fell right into his trap.
This isn't funny!
Wow, what a calculating scammer. I guess that's how he managed to steal $1 million through marriage fraud.
Stop stating the obvious and help me!
Sarah, please, help me. Help your little sister figure out how to get divorced. There's nothing I can do about that. Actually, I don't want to get involved at all.
What? After everything we've been through?
A con man ex and a sister who stole him. I never want to deal with either of you again.
But because I stole him, you didn't become a victim. In a way, I'm kind of your savior.
Interesting way to look at it. I suppose you could look at it that way. So, I'll forgive your years of disrespect.
Huh?
All that resentment from you looking down on me since we were kids, I'll let it all go.
That's not what I meant. No, you can keep resenting me. Just please help me.
Sorry, no can do. Good luck getting divorced. Since it's like a regular divorce, I guess you'll need to negotiate. Hopefully you can get divorced before he gets out of prison.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Maybe a little.
I said I was sorry.
No, you didn't actually.
Please, I need help.
Goodbye, Amy.
Wait!
Kevin did receive a prison sentence. Amy keeps visiting him in prison to beg for a divorce, but he consistently refuses. He tells her, "I'll be unemployed when I get out of prison. You better take good care of me." And because Amy visits so frequently, rumors have started spreading about how she must have been his accomplice after all. She's probably hiding the stolen money. How despicable. I hear she's becoming increasingly isolated.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Tiffany, make sure to get me a cake made up and brought to my wedding, please. I am really looking forward to my wedding here soon, so please make it the best cake you've ever seen. What? I already tried calling this really famous pastier to make my cake, but they told me it would be around $3,000. I was in shock at the price until George told me that I could just ask you to take care of the cost and everything. Did you not hear anything about this yet? So far, I have heard nothing about all of that, and asking me to get that wedding cake ready for you right now isn't going to help me any. What? But if you don't have one made up for me, you're not going to be any help. I don't have a whole lot of money right now, so I was hoping you could make a cake that looks just like the one I tried to order. You run a cake store after all, so you can make one just as good, right? It's not that I can't make you a wedding cake. I just happen to have a lot of orders in the system already, so squeezing yours in might be difficult. Your wedding is only in 2 more weeks as well. Please, 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 please make me a cake! This is your cute little niece asking you for this, right? You would love to make a wonderful wedding cake for your niece's wedding, wouldn't you? Of course I'd love to. Ever since your parents both passed away, it's been George and I raising like you were our own daughter. So the fact that someone who has been like our own daughter is getting married has really got me tearing up a bit. Therefore, I'd really love to make you a wedding cake. That's right. That's totally right. So even if you're really busy right now, you'll be able to have that cake made for me, right? I can try my best. You are my cute little niece daughter after all. Now, as far as the cost of this cake, do you think $200 would be fair to ask for? You're joking, right? You're trying to charge me for that cake now? George told me that I could get the cake for free. That man always loves to say whatever he likes without talking first.
I'm sorry, Oliver, but I at least need money to cover the cost of some of the ingredients, or else I can't make you a really good wedding cake. Normally, I charge between $500 to $600 for a cake like this, so me just asking you for $200 seems pretty fair to me. Come on now, you should be giving it to me for free. And weren't you just calling me your daughter? Don't be such a stingy loser asking your own daughter for money. What? George just told me I'd get the cake for free. He also told me that there would be no reason for you to charge me for the cake. Yet now you're asking me to pay $200? Don't be such a jerk. This must mean that you don't love me at all. Why would you think something like that? I never said that I didn't love you. You're lying. You're not happy about my wedding or anything at all right now, are you? You probably think of me as some leftover burden from your brother after he passed away, right? Well, this burden is about to get married and be the happiest woman ever. What are you going on about right now? I have never once thought of you as a burden, Oliver. The reason I've been raising you as my own daughter is because to see me, you're like a gift from my brother and his wife. And I'm really sad that you'll be leaving me after you get married. But seeing you so happy to be the man of your dreams makes me so joyful. Then make me that cake and give it to me for free. If you really love me, you can do that, right? You can pay for whatever ingredients you need to get for that cake. Alright already. I guess I'll be making your wedding cake for free now. You are my cute little niece after all, so I'll make some time to get that cake ready. Yahoo! I love you so much, Tiffany. I'll stop by later to give you all the designs I like on that cake. And at the same time, can you make sure to give me all the pre-made meals you'll have for me this week? What? Huh? What's wrong? I'm not going to ask you for money or anything, alright? It's not about that. Rather the fact that you want me to make more food for you. I understood doing that for you when you were living alone for a little bit in your apartment, but you're married now, right? You're living with Reese now, so you should have the time to make some food for yourselves, okay? What? That's not gonna happen. I suck at cooking and you know that. And recently, Reese has been asking me to make something for us to eat. I can't tell him that I suck at cooking now of all times because we just got married. What? Have you been lying to Reese's about your cooking? It's his fault for mistaking what I was giving him as my cooking. I was just handing him off some of the food you made me, and he always complimented me on how good my cooking was. So when the time came that he proposed to me, he told me that he'd love to eat my delicious cooking for the rest of his life. There's no way I can tell him the truth after he said something like that and married me. You're kidding me! So you think that you're just going to continue to feed Reese's my cooking while making it seem like yours for the rest of your life? There's no way you can keep a lie like that going forever. You need to hurry up and tell him the truth right now before it's too late. I know that already. That's why I've been practicing my cooking in secret. Once I've actually improved enough and can cook like you, I'll start to cook for him. Are you really practicing right now? I'm pretty sure you already have your hands full with things like your job and this wedding. And on all your days off, you spend time going out with Reese and dates. And there's no way you have time to be practicing your cooking right now. You just shut up, Tiffany. For the time being, don't do anything that would ruin my life. If you do end up telling him the truth, I'll stop praying that my mom and dad up in heaven both come here down and take you with them. What? Now, I'll talk to you later. I look forward to the cake you make for me. Excuse me, George. I'm having to tell you this all the time, aren't I? Not to go out taking orders from me like that, without at least talking with me first. And from what I heard, you've told Oliver that she could get her wedding cake for free from me.
This is the wedding, our cute niece. Even asking for money to pay for ingredients would be a sin when it comes to family.
You don't even understand how difficult it is to make a wedding cake, so don't even start with me right now, mister. If you think you can start offering my work for free, then you get your butt in this kitchen and start helping with the cakes.
What?
I've had it up to here with you, George. Not only have you been doing things like this to me, but you left your job without asking me first and have been sitting around the house all day ever since. If you have all the time to do nothing but watch TV and scroll through your phone, then I'm going to have you come here and start working for me. And even if you suck at making cakes, I have plenty of other chores that you could be doing here.
Screw you. I went through with quitting my job already, so why should I have to start working again now? I was being kind by going out of my way to get that cake order from our niece. So it's time for you to start listening to me a bit more after doing that for you.
What the hell are are you talking about? I never said I needed you to get that order from her without asking me for permission first. And what is this about your cute niece being so important to you now? I don't ever remember you doing anything to help me raise her, like looking after her or doing the chores at home. And when it came to paying for her, you said that it was me who asked her to come into our home, so I was responsible for all the money that she costs. And that's why I have never even got a penny from you or her. However, even with all of that going on behind the scenes, you've continued to act like you're such a caring uncle to her.
Shut up. I'm tired of listening to you whine. Now just do something about that cake for her. And I'm not helping you with Jack.
Sorry for calling you right before your wedding, Oliver. I've just had some troubles finding where I should be sitting. I've tried asking some of the staff here to help me out, but they don't see me on their seating charts. It looks like there's been some kind of mistake, so could you please do something about this? I'm sorry, Tiffany. I totally forgot to text you about this, but there's no seat for you at my wedding, so could you please get out of here now? What? Why is there no seat here for me? George has a seat and everything. Man, I was having such a hard time thinking about this right before my wedding. But in the end, I decided that I wanted my wedding to be only for my family and friends. So I made sure to get rid of your seat here since you're not family or anything. What? I'm your family though, right? I have been raising you like my daughter forever now. Huh? All you've been is my foster mother, right? In other words, you've been like the family's old maid. Nothing to do with my actual family. What? I have been raising you like my own daughter for the past 20 years though, right? And I'm thankful for all of that, but I have never ever thought of you as part of my actual family. What did you say? I also have Reese's and his family now, so I'll be alright after today. I have no use for you anymore, Tiffany, so go away now. I only asked for my family and friends to be here today. You're not part of my guests, Tiffany. Then why does George have a seat here? He's not only my husband, but he's not even related to you by blood in any way. George is totally fine being here because he gave me a whole lot of money to celebrate my wedding. What? He gave me $5,000 as a present, Tiffany. He's such a wonderful uncle, right? Completely different from an old hag like you that wanted to take $200 of mine for that cake. Ha! I guess there was no hope for you then, being swept away by a man like him just because he weighed $5,000 in front of your eyes. I've probably put in close to $150,000 now, raising and supporting you, but really, all you wanted was the money as a present for your wedding? I guess I should have kept all that money to myself and only gave it to you today so that I'd be able to have a seat here. Stop it with all that annoying whining and get lost already. This wedding is starting really soon, you know. You're really such a brat. I put in a lot of work getting that cake ready for you and everything so that we could all enjoy it today. Do you still even want the cake that I brought? Or do you really want me to just leave it here for someone as selfish as you and leave without saying anything at least? I totally forgot about that cake you were making for me. We already have a different cake here now, so we don't need yours anymore. Are you kidding? You got another cake? How did you pay for that when you were the one asking me to make one for you for free? Actually, I went ahead and made a cake for the wedding myself. There has been this video going around online lately of this wife who made her husband a cake for their wedding, and he was crying tears of love and joy. I wanted to do the same thing for Reese's, and so I did my very best to make the wedding cake for today. What? You can't even cook, so how did you bake a cake of all things? Cooking is pretty difficult for me, but baking is just following the instructions, right? I also had a lot of experiences watching you make all your cakes when I was younger. So I may have not have made any cake myself before, but I remembered all the things you did and used that to make my own. What? You always made it look so easy cooking all your cakes, so I just had to give it my all and was able to achieve the same cake you can. You were able to put in the effort to make a wedding cake for today because of the excitement you had watching that video? Are you sure the cake you made is really alright? For a beginner, I like to think the cake is magnificent. I think it'll be enough to get Reese's to stop over its beauty and his love for me. Guess I'll just have to keep watching these online videos, and I can do anything for him. So you really don't need the wedding cake I made for you? I made that cake with a lot of love while I was so busy having to handle so many other orders. I didn't even get much sleep last night because I had to put all the finishing touches on your cake. Go home and eat that cake all by yourself. And by the way, Today, I'm cutting ties with you. What? I mean, I did an amazing job making this cake all by myself, right? Which means I really do not need you anymore because I should be able to cook by myself as well. I don't need you making food for Reese's and I anymore, okay? So really, I don't need you in my life anymore. I have put my blood and sweat into raising you and this is how you end things? I guess that's the way you've really been thinking about me all this time. I'm finally able to cut ties with a stranger like you. Now take that wedding cake you made and get lost. Alright then. Goodbye forever. Get lost already. I don't need you in my life anymore. Then I'll do as you've asked and get out of your life for good. But prepare yourself, Oliver. There's no way someone as selfish and heartless as you will be able to live a happy life for much longer like this. And I'm telling you right now that both your parents up in heaven are pissed at you. Out of all the days you've been around me, you're choosing a day like today to preach to me like this? I don't want to hear about it anymore, Tiffany. Now shut your mouth and screw off. I'm sorry to say this, but I plan to live the rest of my life in Reese's arms. Help me, Tiffany! Reese's is not doing well at all right now. He took a bite of my cake and soon after he collapsed. Why? I made this cake exact the same way you were and everything. I even took a taste of the cake after I made, and it was delicious. So why did he collapse and pass out like that? What the hell's wrong with your recipe? Are you serious? Did you use eggs in the cake? Huh? Everyone uses eggs in their cakes, right? And based off what I always saw you doing, you put more eggs than the average recipe asked for. What the hell are you doing, you dumbass? Your freaking husband is deathly allergic to eggs! No wonder he's passed out after eating the cake you just made! What? Reese's allergic to eggs? Why the hell are you surprised by something like that when he's your husband? You were the one who told me he was allergic to eggs, right? You told me that he was deathly allergic to them and to keep them out of the cake. He's even been to our house before dinner, right? That's when I first learned he couldn't have any eggs and made sure to always cook him dishes that he could eat. I've even stopped using eggs in most of the dishes I could for myself. I completely forgot! I had always been feeding him the food you made for me and totally forgot about the fact that he could never eat eggs. I know I told you to not use any eggs in the cake as well, but I forgot that I even said that to you. Wait! That cake is being eaten by the rest of the people there as well, right? Yes! I made that cake large enough for everyone to have a slice of it. I even made some smaller ones with the leftover I had for the kids here. So everyone is going to be eating cake with eggs in it now? That's right. I made it using your recipe, and the same goes for the smaller cakes. Tell them all to stop eating the cake right now. George and some of Reese's families are all allergic to eggs as well. If they all start to eat it, everyone's going to be in trouble. What? What should I do? What should I do? Oh God, I can hear more people screaming out here right now. You call 911 right now and get paramedics to that wedding. I don't think George had his EpiPen on him, and I'm not sure about the others. They need medical help right now.
I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. I've finally been able to breathe again and was just let out of the hospital.
I'm sorry myself for what Oliver went and did to everyone.
I never thought that someone who knew about me having a terrible allergy to eggs would make me a cake filled with them. I'm in shock right now just thinking about it, and it's not just that which I'm in shock by. It seems as though you've always been the one cooking food for Oliver, and I eat it, right? The fact that she's hidden that fact from me this whole time.
So you found out about that as well, huh?
Oliver told me everything after what she did to me. I was completely fooled.
Actually, I only just learned about that recently myself. I told her to tell you the truth the moment she opened up to me about it, but Oliver didn't listen to me, it seems.
I don't blame you for any of this, Tiffany, so please don't feel bad about it. I'm the one who's sorry right now about not realizing all of this going on a lot sooner. I'm sure it was very tough for you, not only having to have to cook for your husband and you, but for another couple as well. And from what I also heard, it does not seem like Oliver was paying you at all for all that food.
Well, it sure wasn't easy having to do all that while also running a cake shop.
You did all that for both Oliver and I, yet she still chose to kick you out of our wedding. You even made that cake for us for free, yet she forced you to leave. When I heard all of this from her after waking up, I felt like passing out again.
I am so very sorry about what that girl has done to you.
You do not have to apologize for the actions of another grown woman. Now I just want to let you know, from here on out, I'm planning on breaking things off with Oliver.
And I completely understand that after what she did to you.
The only thing though, by leaving her, I'll also be leaving you. I'm really sorry that things have to come to this, Tiffany. But if you are okay with staying in touch, even after the divorce, I'd love that very much.
What?
My allergy has always been behind, why I've never really enjoyed eating anything. But what you have been making for me was always so delicious. Especially your sweets. That's a very hard feat, considering most sweets require eggs, right? Well, all of those things you made for me really moved me and have left me wanting more and more. Do you think you can teach me some of those recipes sometime?
If you really loved my cooking that much, then I'd be happy to. When things have calmed down a bit, let's start working on that. I'll make sure to set aside some time for you and teach you all the eggless recipes I know.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Now I need to start settling things with Oliver. I'll talk to you later.
What am I going to do, Tiffany? Reese's wanting to leave me now! That's what you freaking get. Had you been another second late on calling 911, he might not even be alive anymore. Why would you say something so mean? At a time like this, you should be comforting your family. What was that? Family? We're family again? I thought you already cut ties with me. Did you forget that too? Huh? Well, now you've been reminded of what you said to me, so don't ever talk to me again now. Goodbye. Wait. After being divorced, I'm getting kicked out of Reese's house. It's fine for me to move back in with you guys now, right? That's the only house I have left to move into now. I'm sure that George would love to have me back in that house, right? George isn't here anymore, Oliver. Him and I got divorced. What? This is what happens when we get tied to one another. After what happened before your wedding with him always acting so selfishly, it really got me thinking about our future. I decided that I'd really not enjoy the latter years of my life living with a man-child like him, so I said that we were getting a divorce. What? What? Were you guys really that upset with one another all the time? Things may have seemed fine when you were around us, but behind the scenes, I've been fed up with him for a long time. He was the one that always said he had to take care of you since you were my niece, but then never did a single thing to help out when raising you. I was also having to take care of him and all of his allergies, yet he never once thanked me for my cooking and would always go to bed right after eating. I can't imagine what life would be like with him in my 60s, 70s, 80s. So where's George right now? I can't really say where he's ran off to. He's not my family after all. No, wait! Then where should I go home to? How about you text him and ask if he would let you stay in his place? But I'm sure with George being the child that he is, he won't want to share whatever place he's found with you. And as we all know, you tried to kill him at your wedding. Tiffany, I'm really sorry for all the rude things I've said to you before. I apologize to you for the rest of my life if you like, as long as you let me stay at your house. No thanks. Now I have to start working on some cakes here, and will have to put my phone down in order to do so. Goodbye forever. I'm sure even without anyone to rely on now, you'll figure something out. You have your mom and dad protecting you from heaven after all. Oliver ended up finding out where George went and went out to him asking for help. But as I had said, he was no longer going to let her be with him, and even told her that after trying to kill him with that wedding cake, he would be trying to get a settlement from her for the damages she caused. However, Oliver wasn't going to pay him anything, saying that he wasn't even the one who raised her all those years and that it was only me that put any time, effort, and money into her. They both have been fighting it out for a while now, going at each other's throat over who should be held responsible for everything. And because of that, the gap has only grew larger because the both of them and between them and the rest of the family. As for what happened with myself after all of that, I started to work together with Reese, making more allergy-free cakes and sweets at my cake shop. And only a few weeks after launching my new line of allergy-free cakes and sweets, I've already become a hit in the town and with people who are outside the city limits. I never saw a partnership like this happening with Reese, but because of him, my store has grown even more, and I have only him to thank for all of that.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation.
We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.